Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, I don't normally do a bulk intro for my monthlies. I normally just dive straight into my waffle. But if you've been following this channel, then you're well aware that the month of January I've been mainly offline due to technical issues. Let's to put it mildly. My laptop completely, well, not completely, but practically melted down. I've had to rebuild it. So yeah, so I'm finally back up and running now that we've just passed the full moon in Leo. So I missed the new moon. I missed the full moon. I missed the Mars square Uranus and the Mars square, the Great Conjunction activation point, which I have a note about. If you saw my show with David Fisher, the astrologer, when we did the 2020 season finale, we was talking about the astrological associations with the Great Conjunction, obviously. And David asked me if I had anything in my comics astrology, because he knows that's something I like to look into, the charts of fictional characters, because fiction has a huge purpose and force in our life. I mean, look what's happened this month. Fiction is powerful. And I came up with the Neptune of a obscure, or then obscure, Superman villain Dominus, who on the day of the January the it was the 6th, wasn't it? And the invasion of the capital and the Mars square Uranus and the Mars square, the conjunction, grand conjunction point. Dominus, not seen for 22 years, suddenly makes a reappearance in DC Comics in a new universe defining series after they've just rebooted their continuity once again. So I was right. I've no idea what I was right about, but I was right. So if you're watching this for tarot, we'll get to that in a moment. Obviously, the reading is for the sign that's in your title. I will try and get as many of these uploaded as fast as possible and filmed as fast as possible. I advise that you watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. They might not all be there. If you're early in the Zodiac, the others might not be up yet. But if you can only watch one, watch your rising sign. That I feel is if you know it, then that's the most important one to look at. Of course, there is a link in the description below to get yourself a free birth chart from Cafe Astrology or AstroSeek. AstroSeek's my favorite. And if you want to contact me, there's a link down there for the Facebook page for this channel. So it's got an inbox. You can contact me there for a private reading. Obviously, it's a general reading, so don't live your life by it. Listen to the words, see if they work for you, and then have a think about them. Because, as I say, I was offline for all of January, but I also partly got through the guidance, the intuition, because I'm about to use the word twice, the intuition that it's okay, because there's been so much going on in the sky, and let's face it, down on the face of the planet, that I got the feeling that we'd had enough guidance for a while. It was time for us to make our own decisions about things. And that's what I think this full moon has been about it looking at the full moon and the various angels associated with the positions of the planets. Most of them appear to be associated with new moons and full moons coming up later this year. It's almost like that full moon in Leo was defining something about the rest of the year. A lot of the astrologers are saying, and I haven't shared their videos yet on my Facebook page, but I'll get around to it, I hope. A lot of the astrologers are saying that this full moon is the completion of, or even acknowledgement and completion of, healing work that we've already been doing with all the astrology over the past few months. I think that's fair enough, because I got this real sense of new beginning, but it's not a new beginning out of nowhere. It's a new beginning based on getting to that level, like I'll say about the Page of Wands, level 1 complete, level 2 starts here. So I apologise for not doing the new moon and full moon readings. I did loads of work on the full moon to try and work out all the ins and outs of it, and then the computer just still let me down. I'm not sure if I even dare say I plan to live stream, because every time I say that, my computer packs up one way or another, and we are about to head into a Mercury retrograde. In fact, that might be today or tomorrow. Oh no, tell a lie, it's on the 30th. But anyway, that's enough waffle out of me. Like I said, general reading rules apply. Roles can be reversed. Timing's far from absolute. And I've waffled quite long enough. So hit that like button, as Philly D says. Subscribe, because it does help the channel. And sit back and enjoy your reading. All right. Okay, Libra, before I dive into the cards, I'd like you to ask a question, because I think I forgot to say this in the introduction. Take a moment, think about all of the questions that surround you, and focus on one of them. However, be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer whatever they please to, and not necessarily what you and I think is the most important. So pause the video, take a moment, ask the question, and let me dive into the cards. Okay, so now that you've done that, hopefully, this looks like a really pivotal time for you, Libra. I'm just going to point out the oracle cards before I change cameras. We have Believe in the Impossible with the blue moon. From the Queen of the Moon, we've got Blossoming and Persephone with Transformation. Those in and of itself are saying, right, now is a time for change. Now, more importantly, change is probably, I want to use that phrase, blossoming, like a rose unfurling, more like showing an inner transformation that is slowly revealing itself to the world. We have Protecting Treasure, which I'll get into in a moment, taking action and making a difference. And then here, Keter with Spirituality. Now, the card for how you're feeling at the moment, we have the Hermit, clarified by the Star and the Eight of Pentacles. So you're looking, oh, let's get that. There we go. Is it going to do it? Okay, let me just pause. Okay, that looks better. Just had to adjust the blinds. So, as I was saying, the Hermit. You are on a mission for your own inner light, and you believe that there's certain wisdoms that have been revealed to you. So this is all past tense, or that you're in the process of having wisdom revealed to you, or insight, or self-knowledge with this Star card. And some of them have been quite, Uranian shocks. But it's not something that's come from outside. It's something that's come from within. Those, oh my God, moments where you can literally feel the penny drop. This, and this is something that you've been working towards for quite some time. Now, from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, 3 cards dropped out. I was going to ignore the second 2, but I decided to keep them in. We have Citael, Creation of All Things, showing that you are in the process of recreating yourself. AIL with Transformation, again linking with that Persephone vibe of transformation. If you think about her transformation, it was twice a year. Going down to the underworld for winter and coming up to the overworld for summer. And then Restitution with Rochelle. Rochelle was very active last year in a lot of the astrological alignments and new moons and full moons. And Rochelle's about setting something right. Now, I feel that recently it's almost like you have been rejecting. So we've got 7 of Wands, the Tower, Page of Swords. I think there may have been some form of offer that you rejected. More to the point, I think there may have been multiple offers that you rejected. And as a result of rejecting said offers, things have crumbled. What is really interesting here is that the past of your reading seems to be the present of the Virgo reading. So maybe have a look at the Virgo reading as well, and then come on to this one, as if the story is going along the Zodiac as you work your way around, which is sometimes I tend to notice that in my new moon and full moon readings, but not normally in the monthlies. But yeah, there was some form of offer or interference that was extended towards you, and you went, no, not interested, not interested at all. However, there seems to be one persistent offer that remains. And this particular Knight of Cups, I'm not a huge fan of it because, yeah, that can be a love offer. But this, sometimes I get the feeling that this guy is quite useless. You know, he's sat there on his stool, a stool in the middle of a desert that he's just pulled out from Lord knows where. And he's holding on to his bunch of flowers. He's not offering them, not giving you them, just holding on to them. But there's also that look in his eye of, come and take them if you want them. And there does seem to be that he's on first appearance useless, but also has some potentially unknown qualities about him. Now, this is during a time where I think this offer, the fact that it's still sticking in your mind, is a surprise. We've got the Hanged Man here showing that sense of confusion and wisdom slowly coming in, that you're being forced to look at things differently. With the Five of Swords, an argument that has finished. Now, whether you were the winner of that argument or not, I'm not entirely sure, but you have been left with the remains, the winnings, however you want to say it. But it's also left you, I mean, I feel a distinct connection between this Five of Swords and this Seven of Wands, where you were rejecting some form of offer. But I don't blame you for rejecting the offer, because you, as that Eight of Pentacles offer suggests, you've been putting the work in. Eight of Pentacles here, where there is a rejection of anxiety, a rejection of limitations, and a new way that you are going to go forward with things. And you dove forward with things, but the diving forward just seemed to send you even deeper into yourself and realizing how much you have changed, are changing, which is what caused you to reject whatever these offers are that came to you. And yet there's still this one offer on the sidelines. And I don't want to say it's an offer of love, because it could be, but it could be the offer of a job, or the offer of come and join this organization, or come and join that group of people, or come explore this philosophy, whatever. And it's one that you can't quite shake, because you don't want to do it and you don't want to do it. But whereas these other offers, you rejected them out of hand and they're no longer in your mind, this one is hanging around for a while. This one is remaining sort of on the edge of your consciousness, going, I'm still here, I'm still here. So underneath all of this, in that offer somewhere, there is a clue on how to move forward. There is a sense of the reason things have been confusing around this is to bring you clarity. Ace of Swords here. Is to bring you a certain amount of emotional resolution. So with the King of Cups here, that's... So you may have rejected all of these other offers and you feel okay with it, but there's also another bit of you that... It's the other thing with this Knight of Cups. To say no, it feels a bit like kicking a puppy. And I get that from that uselessness vibe that I get from this particular King of Cups. But I also really do feel like I'm underestimating this King of Cups. I mean, hey, he's managed to find a stool in the middle of, or find a chair or a stool in the middle of the desert. So, even if it was been tied to the back of the horse, it's a certain amount of skill to get it out there. But there's a certain amount of, you need to throw caution to the wind as clarity is coming in. Now, why are you wanting to throw caution to the wind? Because it is creating that sense of transformation, not even sense of, that is creating a transformation within you. And what you have been transforming and nurturing and growing and what is blossoming is protected. Now, what you need to do now, as well as all this time of spending inside as the hermit, which you're still sort of in that hermit headspace, but I'm rather getting the impression that someone is pulling you out of that hermit headspace. Five of Swords again, with the Ace of Swords again. So you're coming into a time of more clarity, but that means taking a position. That means actually delivering information that causes a conflict between you and someone else or something else. That is not a conflict to be shied away from. It's a choice that you can... It's a healing conflict. And it's interesting, Four of Swords here. The World, the Lovers, Four of Swords. It's a healing conflict that's coming up for you. And I don't think that it's even the point of the conflict itself is healing. It's that you are prepared to dive into it. And being prepared to dive into it is what is creating the healing and making the choice that you are going to go with the commitment, go with your heart, actually opens up a lot of opportunities for you. However, that path in and of itself is not easy, but you are going to, after a short period of struggle and a short period of a sense of poverty, a sense of lack, a sense of lack of support, I think your eyes will be opened to the fact that there is support around you. The whole strength in this is about doing the right thing. So from here, taking action and making a difference, I don't think you can sit on the sidelines any longer. That's what I might call this. Because there is victory in a better place here. It starts with that Five of Pentacles, but when you finally realize that there is resources around you, or there are resources around you, however, whatever is grammatically correct, that is starting the journey to a better place where there is victory, where your ships do come in. Look, Six of Wands, the Sun, but strangely, right at the bottom of the pile is the Three of Swords, but I'm rather seeing that as putting something that has been constricting to rest, because it's still a three. There's still the forward motion. I'll just throw that away. If you have a look at this particular Three of Swords, the clockwork there has got jammed up, and I actually don't feel that's a bad thing. I sometimes see that Three of Swords as the swords being a sense of the Trinity. So there's something has been stopped, something has been slowed, some works have been gummed up so that you can have your victory, so that you can have your happiness. But you've got to have the courage of diving into this argument. And the reason you dive into whatever this argument, this conflict is love. Raphael here. Is because you believe it to be the right thing. Keter here. Now, other people, someone else has recognized the work that you've put in. Five of Wands, again, that sense of argument. This time, this is somebody on your side who is aware of the work that you've put in and has been putting similar work in for themselves. And there is the World card. There's a real sense of being able to get the gears turning, get the elements moving in your favour. And this, whoever this is in this pile, they're on your side. They've done work like you have. And they offer the elements coming around in your favour. They offer support and strength. Now, whether that's this one offer that you cannot let go of in your mind, that is still there, then it's quite possible it is. Or the rejection of that, figuring out why that offer is still hanging around in your mind and you can't just dismiss it like you did all the others. The actual rejection of, sussing out why you can't get rid of it in your mind. Either way seems to be bringing you an ally. So it could be the person giving you the offer is an ally, or it could be the actual figuring out why you can't shake that offer out of your mind will then reveal an ally to you. Let's have a look at the distant past. So, right, you've had a healing time, which, look at this. Previously, you've been through a healing time that led you, Nine of Cups, led you to a form of wish fulfillment, led you to a form of wanting, feeling everything that you required at the time. And that was an abundant thing for you. Your studies, your way of thinking about it moved from the emotional more to the rational. And I mean that more from knee-jerk base emotions going to more scientific style rational analysis. I'm not saying that you're ignoring your feelings, but as well as your feelings being a tool of observation, you also observed those tools in operation and decided which ones were adding to your creative process or not doing. And I think the work that you've been doing recently has been shifting. I mean, look at that Knight of Cups. That offer's been around for a while. I mean, there it was, I saw very much it was you having a new way of going forward. So the emotional tools that you used to use, you've already got rid of most of them, if not all of them. So the fact that once you've gone and had that sort of internal audit, let me get that. Is it going to work? No, I think the cards have gone, so let's just change camera. Right, get rid of that. So it rather feels like there's that offer is hanging around in your mind for a reason. Simple as that. It's hanging around for a reason. Always throws me when the camera's going. So going into an alternate future, potential future. We have the World, the King of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, slow progress, where you only need to take action where you know that it's the time is right, and yet you're taking a chance. I think that this taking a chance, making the choice, is the choice of the most profitable choice. Seems to be action over inaction. Oh, the camera's back now. I've no idea why it did that. There you go. We have Two of Wands, again, that choice card, and planning. Then a lot of anxiety, Nine of Swords with the Queen of Swords. I rather think that action is preferable over inaction here. And you've cut enough things out. I don't think you need to cut any more out, because you're wanting to be heading to a better place. You're worried about the conflict that will come by doing that. You're trying to nurture yourself in this process, and rightly so. But as I say, action, being prepared to face the conflict and being prepared to enter the conflict doesn't mean that you do actually go into the conflict. because it could be more than enough for you to stand up and go, no, that's not happening, for that potential conflict to then disappear, which implies it's something far more close to home, far more small scale. Things are going to start changing fast. So whatever this offer is, this offer is not exactly what you want, but I do believe that it's going to lead you towards what you want. This person, there's more things going on behind them. And as I say, there's a definite ally coming, whether it's this person with the offer or whether it's someone who arrives because of you rejecting the offer. But could it be that they're appearing useless because you don't believe in what they're saying? Remember this first card here, believe in the impossible. But what their offer is now might not be right for you now, but as you are blossoming, as you are transforming, all of a sudden that offer does become right for you, because that still feels, like I say, I've got that uselessness there, but here on the other people influencing you pile, there is the sense of a really strong ally, but it's a really strong ally who does stuff. And so for them to be your ally, you need to be doing stuff, which could well be this conflict that you are tempted to step into. That's everything I can see. And I normally like to draw more of a story out of it, but I hope that this makes sense to you. If it does, comment down below, because I'd really, really like to know. But overall, it's positive. There's, Sun card, and there was all those Ace of Swords. Clarity's coming. Some clarity's already there, but there might be a bit of you going la la la, not listening. But it's already there. With these two Hermit cards, you're on your search for your own inner light. I think to an extent, for this situation, for what's relevant, you've already found that inner light. Now's the time to use it. Is there anything else not much else I can draw out of there, but there's the general consensus is here, you're on the right path. You're on the right path. And that one offer that is hanging around in your mind, there's a reason for it. So you need to make your mind up about it, but make your mind up about it through self-investigation. Not investigation of the outside world, it's investigation in here. Why do I feel that this offer is useless when I also know that this offer is sort of along the lines of what I'm wanting? Okay, that's it, Libra. Sorry, I can't draw any more out of these cards. So yeah, that was a shorter one. Like I say, comment down below, like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And now go watch your moon or rising signs. Cheers.